And the nice thing in the middle of the night, I can reach in and get something cold to drink without getting out of bed. I'm a snack packer. I'm a true snack packer.
Snack time. Hello, Snack Pack. Welcome back to Travel Snacks. Today's episode is another van tour. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the van of my new nomad friend, Brian. His van is a hybrid in the sense that he used part of what he had in the van to create his bed and built out some of the other parts of his van on his own. He's added some great accessories to his van, so any of the products in this video I'll leave links to in the description. Also, his setup is so cool, he has access to his snacks from his bed. Now that's living your best van life. I'm excited to share his van with you, so let's get going.
My name is Brian. I'm from San Diego, California, and this is my van. She is a 1994 GMC with a high top, the Geneva edition. That's a classic. Yeah, she's a classic. And I love her.
And does she have a name?
Hart N Soul.
Oh,
She
I love
is the
it.
Hart N Soul.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, in fact, there's a wooden placard, an engraving. And that was from the first boat I captained. So the name of the van is the Hart N Soul. My last name is Harton. And I had a boat called the Hart N Soul, and that is a carving that we took off of the pilot house before we sold her, keeping it alive.
I love that his van has Hart and Soul. You know what else has Hart and Soul? The Snack Pack community. How do you be part of it? Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Throw a like on this video and keep watching till the end. There's so many more things in Brian's van that you're going to love.
I used to be, well, I work on yachts. I was a chef, a captain, junior engineer, diesel mechanic, until hurt my hands, and I'm recovering now, and hopefully maybe one day I'll get back on the water.
So are you full-time or part-time in your van life?
I was full-time. I've had the van about 7 years. And yeah, there was a good year and a half of full-time, and then some breaks here and there.
And how did you choose this particular vehicle, or did this vehicle choose you?
The vehicle chose me. I was even thinking of a truck at the time.
Okay.
And vans were an option. This price was great, and I couldn't pass it up, and I couldn't be happier.
All right, so now we're gonna get to the good stuff. Brian has a lot to show us, and I'm super excited because I don't even think I've seen everything in this van. So let's jump right into it.
Well, this is the bed that I've set up, and it's taken a few different forms. I have left the original couch, which electrically folds into a bed. It's a 3-piece. So if I ever want to remove the mattress, I still have a couch that I can use. This particular mattress is a Walmart $200 in a box mattress that I cut the seams out of, removed 3 rows of coils, and then restitched it back together. So I have a custom mattress that I did myself, not knowing if it was going to work, but I took the chance and it worked out great. So I've got a custom fit. If I want, I can pull this mattress out, and there is room to slide a queen size mattress. This cabinet was built, it was stopped here on purpose so that a queen size mattress can fit, if I decide. And with the mattress removed, this works as a desk. You can see you can sit down there, your legs fit right there fine, and you have a working desk. Got my comfy pillows, but also got to have one so you can sit upright and read a book, get some work done. I do have a lot of storage. I don't find myself needing much more. What came with the van were the overheads. There's a large locker back there. And that goes all the way back. I could really pack that in if I'd like. And we have some more lockers up here which go all the way forward. So I built this custom cabinet before I was living in the van. So this is sort of a safe, sort of. Also my pantry. There's a secret latch to access the other side. And so that's sort of a secret door with this a large sink. If somebody tries to break in, they may not think that there is anything valuable under there, but I can just sneak in and get to it. Now for my folding clothes, I have a couple cubbies here, socks and underwear, and then jeans and shorts. And then whatever I can stuff back there, water bottles. And there's more storage in the back. Oh, and I do have a little here, bear spray, disinfecting wipes. This is a cargo rack that I had a receiver hitch welded underneath so that I can actually put a bike rack or any other accessories in addition. So with my bikes and everything, it sticks out pretty far, but boy, does it work. And I don't have to put anything on the roof, which will change my aerodynamics. Sturdy. Now for storage, I keep my tools in these toolboxes. Those are Milwaukee Packouts at Home Depot, the best toolbox, super strong, waterproof. I was a professional and that's professional grade. And there's a little bit of a void on either side to stuff some unusual items, things I don't use very often get sort of stored back here. I keep some rags and bungee cords back here. And then all my hanging locker, it's a boat term. For clothes storage and a closet, I feel lucky the van came with this wooden bar and it came with these slots cut in at an angle so that your hanger will stay put for one, and at an angle it takes up less space. So this worked out perfect for me. I didn't have to change a thing. And I get to keep my clothes wrinkle-free. Staying stealthy is important. I just don't like to scare people unnecessarily. I don't care for the knock. So the main thing for me is keeping light within the van, so covering up the windows. I have insulating foam panels and also carpet. And so they've got these placed in the windows. I can remove them if I want the view. If I find a nice campsite and I'd like a 360-degree view, I can just pull the panels right out. They do have a little bit of an insulating factor, which is nice. So these are the panels that I've made. It's just carpet and these foam insulating boards. Easy to cut, they're cheap. I just don't like the look of reflectix in the windows. So granted, this dark color does absorb heat, but it adds to the stealthy. It doesn't look like I have reflectix in the windows or aluminum foil. So these blinds came with the van. Love them. They just simply slide up and down. And then I have a curtain. And this is my curtain, which just tucks. I don't need no snaps. It just tucks into the crevice and keeps it nice. In addition to the curtain, sometimes I'll just use a standard sunshade, one for the heat and for privacy. But I also have a cover, a windshield cover that goes on the outside of the van. Bought it on Amazon, $50. I could not be happier. It cuts the heat like you would not believe. The sun just doesn't get a chance to hit the windshield because the cover's on the outside. It's fantastic. There's a little more storage. I call this the garage. And you can see. But one of the things I store is my windshield cover, which we're going to install, and it could not be easier. There's a loop and a magnet. And a magnet. And repeat the process over here. And that's on. Yeah, and the nice thing about the underside is it's got the soft felt, so if there's wind, it won't abrade the paint. Nice and soft and cozy. Marine grade vinyl And you put the companies, there's a few companies that make them, you put in your year, make and model, it's a perfect fit. I bought one for my brother, birthday present for his Sprinter, fit perfectly. Not only does it cover the windshield, but it wraps around and you cover the sides as well. So privacy can't be beat, and keeping the sun rays off of the glass keeps it so much cooler. Well, there is a water system on board, very simple. I have a 6-gallon water tank that I can pull out or bring a hose to it. And that feeds a 12-volt water pump and feeds this one faucet. I also carry bottles, gallons and gallons of drinking water, and that's majority what I use. Well, for gray water, I have an internal tank. It's a 5-gallon folding water tank right back there, and I just need to pull it out and drain it properly. Water pump is hiding right back there.
And where do you go to drain the gray water?
Because I know what's in it, just on the street drains is most likely, because it's just water and camp suds, biodegradable soaps. So I built this cabinet. Actually, I built the countertop first out of a pile of scrap walnut. I had just enough scrap to complete this size. There was nothing left on the floor by the time I was done, just sawdust and little pieces. I also had a hard time deciding what kind of sink to use. Lots of ways to go about it, and I went big. I found this, it's a laundry tub from Home Depot, and it's huge, which is good, and bad, because I've now converted it into a storage unit. I'll get around to it and get its function going again. Actually, the plan is to insert a second sink, smaller one, small basin here. So for hand washing, brushing my teeth and face, I can use a nice small sink and route the drain to the main drain. And then if I do want to wash a small puppy, I can just pull that away and have access to the bigger sink. So that's the plan. Stop it up, fill it up, and hand laundry for sure. Yeah, this, and by the way, this is sturdy enough to dance on. I didn't want a hinged desk, so I just made one big sturdy. So you could sit right here, put your feet in the tub, whatever you need to do, which would be nice. You could fill it with ice water and soak your feet on a hot day. Well, let's talk about cooking. I use an electric burner. The nice thing about that is it gets very hot and the wind will not affect it like a gas burning stove. The wind will just blow the heat right away. Yeah, and that will cook anything. I can boil water. I can sear a steak. Yeah, I can use it for anything. The original plan, this was built with the intention of housing this burner, and it would be able to stow in there along with spices and whatever I would need to cook. But I liked it so much as a top, and it's got more function as a tabletop, that I can just pull this out and rest it there if I need. Yeah, and I can put my drink right there.
Does it stay up there like that?
It does, mostly. The other way I can heat things up is with a microwave. And personally, I disagree with the technology, but it's so practical. It is so practical. And this is just a 700-watt microwave. I love it. I hate to say it, but I love it. I have a dry food storage using these cubbies, and it has a little door in the front. I love it. Or I can pull the whole thing out and access more behind. I also have a refrigerator. I decided with the winter 45 quart, very happy with that. So I keep my fridge right here, and the nice thing in the middle of the night, I can reach in and get something cold to drink without getting out of bed. Or I have a little tabletop, I can put anything I need right there. I'm a snack packer. I'm a true snack packer. And it goes down to -8 if I wanted it to.
Wow, is it fridge and freezer?
One or the other. So I'd not two temperatures. So right now I have it set at a refrigerator temperature, but if I wanted to freeze, I just change the temp. When duty calls, this is what I use, and it works great. It's the standard toilet on a bucket, double bag it, kitty litter. I try to find a real restroom whenever possible, but when you can't, that does the job. So it's a one-time use. The bags are tied up and removed right away, and I get it to a trash as soon as I can. Well, keeping clean is important, but I do bird baths when I'm not around a gym or the marinas for the shower or someone's home. So I'll do what I call a bird bath, and it's a combination of baby wipes, and I have what I call a wash bowl. I'll microwave water, so I get nice hot soapy water and a washcloth, and I can clean myself that way, or the baby wipes until I find another shower at a truck stop or a gym.
Do you have a gym membership?
I do. It's Planet Fitness. It works. Lots of locations, and they're nice. Well, in the wintertime, I don't have a problem staying warm. I don't use a heater. I mainly use my gear. So I have underalls, good blankets, a 5-degree sleeping bag, hoodies, gloves. It all depends on what temperature. I'm pretty happy down to about 15. A new purchase that I got that I love, even though it got bad reviews. It's called Scenic. It's a heated blanket, and at first I did not like it until I actually used it. I love it. It only heats in 2 areas, one in your chest and one at your feet. It works like a space blanket too, so whatever heat it does generate, it keeps it there. It keeps it on my chest and it keeps it on my feet. So I was in 19-degree weather. I had this and no socks on, and I was fine. That was the night that sold this blanket on me, because at first I didn't think it was getting warm enough. I didn't like the fact that there were just 2 small spots. The whole blanket didn't heat up. But then I used it, and I was toasty. This was a little over $100. They make a couple different shapes. They make liners for your sleeping bag. They make doubles for 2 people, if you're lucky enough to have somebody in your van with you. I have the single.
I would too.
This is my 5-degree sleeping bag, which can easily be too warm when I'm in the low temperatures. It's great. And the window panels also help with insulating a little bit. Without the panels, my head would be right against this freezing glass. So it does make a difference. The car has its standard automobile heater, but it also, not only does it blow from the front, it also blows from the back as well. And it's also air conditioning as well. So the cold AC blows out back. Staying cool, the main thing is keeping the sun off the glass. That's my biggest strategy, but I also want to keep it on the solar panel. So it's tricky. Do I stay in the shade or do I charge my batteries? I also have a fan that I can strategically place as needed. Instead of a max air fan, I chose this route because I didn't want to raise my profile. Ventilating, let the air flow, and there was a time I had a generator, and I would put a window air conditioner, 700 watt, and I had the 1000 watt Honda generator. So I would put that, run the generator, and it would be a refrigerator in here. And that was working until someone stole the generator, but that got me into solar. So in the long run, I'm happy that that happened. And I don't have to deal with the gasoline, refueling. I'm not that noisy guy anymore. I've got lighting all throughout the van, which came with the van when they did the conversion. And I also have these spotlights throughout. Now for electricity, I have a fairly simple system, but it really performs, does everything I need. Starting with 200 watts of solar on the roof, 2 100-watt panels combining. And then it feeds a 200 amp hour AGM battery running through a 2000 watt inverter. I built the system, love it. It supplies the AC for the microwave is probably my biggest item, my biggest drawing item. So yeah, the only thing on the AC, I have surge protectors so I can charge phones, cameras. There's the microwave. That's pretty much all I run off the AC side of the system. The DC side feeds the water pump, my refrigerator, cigarette lighters, USB ports, and I have plenty of electricity. I can go about a week without sunshine. When I was working on a boat and I had to park in a parking garage a lot. No sunshine, and that's how I know how long I can go. I installed this TV. I can screencast from my phone, so anything that's playing on my phone I can put up onto the TV. And it has a built-in DVD player, and it is 12 volt. It was a hard find. I wasn't expecting 12 volt. I didn't need it, but I found it with the built-in DVD, and I had to modify it for the screencast. Yeah, there's an old vintage cassette deck in the back that does not work anymore. Sometimes I think about trying to fix it just so I could get that vintage fun. Some of the little things that I really love that makes a difference, the swivel seat. And most people do it, but what a difference. It opens up, it It really opens up the room. And I just removed the base and swivel from that location and replaced what was here.
That's smart.
Get a swivel seat. It really makes a difference. Another thing that for me I like about the build is the fact that I'm not that high. I'm just under 8 feet. I can still get into parking garages. For me, it makes a difference. It just more accessibility. I can get into more places. So it's nice not to be too tall.
Okay, and the final question is for our Snack Pack family, what are your favorite travel snacks?
I do have a favorite, and it is the Laura Bar, made with dates and nuts. The flavors are so good. They have so many varieties. I think right now I have chocolate chip cookie dough. They're healthy, delicious, and they keep me going.
And anything else you like to munch on when you're driving?
I'm not a big snack person. Yeah, I just like to have a drink handy, Gatorade.
What is your favorite meal to make in the van?
Tacos. Tacos. It's always Taco Tuesday here.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up for Brian and his Hart N Soul van. Thank you so much, Brian, for letting the Snack Pack into your home. It's an awesome van, and we'll see you down the road.
You got it.
In today's video, his van is kind of a hybrid. His van. And personally, built out some other. The Snack Pack. The bed part is. What are you saying? It's part of what he had in the van. He used part of what was already in the van to. He's added some great accessories to his van. Come on. Snack time.